Welcome to the tutorial segment, which is designed to continue directly from and build on everything we learned in the first segment, which was sort of the conceptual stage. Enjoy, please. Who has the time? It's not like I don't want to be secure. It's just who has the time? All right. Today we're going to make Mario.
Oh, the game?
Yeah, we're going to make...
Boop, boop.
Exactly. Exactly
Wahoo!
like that.
Is that what he does?
Yeah, that's the one, like a long jump is. Wahoo! Okay, so what do we need? Well, we're gonna build on some of our website building technologies and knowledge
from last week.
Yeah, so
excited.
I just made an index.html.
Cool.
We're gonna just do everything in index.html instead of being all fancy with like importing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we've got we have index.html. Let's serve this
thing.
Well, first we should make Mario. So we've got a body, right? And h1 we'll give it an ID because we're going to need to refer to this very specific h1. And now we have Mario.
Is it Mario or Mario? Because lately I've been hearing people call him Mario.
Depends on where you're from. A lot of people from Long Island, New York, say Mario. And
really?
It's really annoying. Yeah, I hate it.
Oh, well, let's not hate it.
So
That's an interesting little quirk.
it's something.
It's different.
So let's serve this up.
Serve the tea.
What?
I don't know. Serve that coding realness.
There we go. Mario. It's a him.
It's a him. Mario.
All right, let's just organize this a little bit. A little split screen action so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so Mario does not typically start on the top left of the screen. So let's fix that with a little styling.
Ooh,
again, this is
we want to center it up.
This is a little refresher.
Paul,
sorry, I'm making a sky.
Did you? Oh, you're looking at the other thing.
What?
And copy. I thought you'd memorized this, and I was really excited. I was like, look at you. You've memorized things too.
No, I have a reference. I have a cheat sheet for what I'm doing.
Border bottom, 1 ES.
Border background color. There we go. Now there's a sky. We'll make a little bit of ground. So I'm just going to put a border on the body, right?
Solid gold.
So, I don't know. I just figured gold is kind of like...
Oh, that's cool.
So,
Never seen that done
good?
Before. I like that.
And it's not at the bottom.
No.
That's for sure.
It's definitely not at the bottom.
We'll see. We'll see what happens over time. Okay. We need to position Mario, right? So he is an H1.
You're going to make a Mario out of code?
Yeah.
Or just the word?
I'm just going to use the word.
Are you going to... Oh, you're not going to make a picture.
No. Now, obviously, instead of using H1, we could just put an image of Mario in.
Yeah.
But who has the time?
Well...
Also...
As you could you spell absolute wrong. You wrote absolute.
Thank you.
I don't want you to feel like I'm doxing you when I do that. I just want your code to work
I
out.
don't feel doxed.
That's good.
His skin is beige.
It's beige.
Okay.
Can you put a hat on the M? You could look up a PNG, a transparent PNG of Mario.
I just think it's funnier to do it like this.
No, it is funnier to do it like this.
Okay, last time when I made this, it the ground was at the bottom of the page, and now it's at the top. What's up with that?
Uh-oh.
This is what happens when you try to live code things. Let's just keep on working on Mario.
You're missing a lot in your H1 from the other side. You're skipping a lot of code. Why don't you copy and paste?
What? I'm not gonna copy and paste. I'm trying to code as I go. That's tell people how I'm doing.
I'm so sorry.
Let's see. We got the border bottom. Got a background color. We got a position. Absolute. So Mario's at the bottom now. That's where Mario starts the game. Typically, right? Let's
start it at the bottom.
Let's just make it easier to delineate Mario and non-Mario. Give him like a red border and some blue in there.
I love how that little color pops up when you write down.
Helpful.
What if you tried like a different, weirder color, like lavender or puce? Like something that, does that actually show up? Oh,
if you start typing a color, there's a lot of, lavender blush.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize so many words.
Yeah, they've got a lot of the Crayolas in there.
So you don't even need to know the hex code.
I mean, for very specific colors you do, but for more generic ones you can just write out
lavender blush feels pretty specific.
And then Mario's not lying down, so we can rotate him with a little transform, translate. This is just a little offset real quick, just so it doesn't look dumb after I rotate him.
Yeah.
And then rotate him -90 degrees. And then spell transform correctly.
Oh, sorry, I didn't notice. Mario.
I don't know why my border isn't at the
cut
bottom of body, right?
Yeah. Border ball.
What?
That's interesting. I wonder why it's not.
Like, if I did border right, where would it go? There's nothing. It's because it thinks that there's nothing in the body, but there's a Mario in the body. It's him, Mario.
It looks like you've...
Let's just copy and paste, because I just rewrote everything that's already. That's how it was. What the hell?
Hey, watch your language.
What the crap? All right, let's
I said watch your language, Paul. I wasn't allowed to say the word crap growing up.
Ooh.
Oh, did it work?
Yeah, it's just off the bottom.
Oh.
All right, let's
Ooh.
we're getting closer. Nice. Yeah, just a little bit more. 98%. Nope. 97%. I just love CSS so much. I'm so good at it.
It's how specific it is.
We're not
what
even
makes
coding
it
yet.
so much fun.
We're not even coding yet.
That's fine.
All
We're
right.
having a good time.
This will be fine. We'll just move him up a few pixels. There. All right. We have
Where's
Mario.
the bottom? Do you need to scroll down to see the bottom? I can't see it up there.
Oh, shoot. You're right.
Sorry. I was waiting for it to come on screen.
the screen recording software clips off the bottom of the screen. All right. I'm glad you caught that. Let's do something like 85. I bet through the magic of editing, this will be less slow and painful. All right, and then I'll do like -200. See how, I don't know how far off the bottom he should be. Nope, that's too much.
And it's too much. Getting there. 120, that's a lot. Ooh.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like your Mario.
Okay.
It's very great representation.
We have Mario, and he's standing on the ground. Finally, we've done it. That's HTML and CSS, everybody. Okay, now we're going to do a script.
Ooh, script. Like
This is
Java.
JavaScript.
Oh, this is actually JavaScript?
This is JavaScript.
I was making a goof, but I guess it's really JavaScript.
So, it's silly, but this is just one of my favorite things in programming. So what we're doing, right, we're going to take the domain knowledge of gravity, and we're going to write a program.
Wait, once somebody else writes the domain knowledge of gravity and puts it out on the internet, does that mean everybody can have that domain knowledge applied to their...
There's a lot of reuse.
Okay.
Sometimes, depending on how you design your program, sometimes you can't reuse somebody's code, but often you can.
Okay.
For instance, if you're making a video game, often you use somebody else's what's called a physics library. So they wrote all the logic of physics, and you just pulled their functions in, and you use their functions.
So is it like, say, Sony or PlayStation or whatever, maybe they have, oh no, because you can get like, say some company has coded and developed their own kind of gravity for their video games, and Bethesda's like, we want that gravity for our video game. Can they get it, or do they have to make their own gravity?
That depends on whether or not the company open sources. Some algorithms are patented. Some algorithms are just closed source. So in that sense, they're copyrighted. A lot of code is copyrighted. Like typically big video games, everything in them is copyrighted or explicitly licensed. So they pay to use other people's code. But sometimes important code is open source, and then it does get reused from actual games. Okay, Mario. So we're gonna make Mario be able to jump. There's a lot of steps, but there's not really too many steps.
Okay.
So first, let's just make him an object called Mario.
He's not an object, he's a person.
So this is variable assignment, right? Let Mario equal open bracket, right? We're just making an object. What's Mario's name?
Mario. In quotes.
Oh, thank you.
Gosh.
Mario. All right, we're not going to use that value.
I remembered something.
You got this.
Yeah.
All right.
What's his age? Timeless. Oh, that's gonna mess something up later.
So his position, these are X and Y coordinates, right?
Oh.
So we'll start on the bottom left. We'll make the bottom, so the left, like imagine like you know, in math, remember, what's it called? What is it called in math when you have that?
Why would you ask?
Cartesian coordinates.
Yeah.
There you go.
That was in my brain.
So up and down is Y. So at the bottom is 0, and then up is more, right? And then over to the right is X. So 0 is the left, and then more. So to start Mario on the bottom left, X will be 0, and Y will be 0.
Why do you have the comma on the X? Gonna write more in there?
Each item in the object, each field has a comma after.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot that we're still inside a bracket.
We're still inside. So now we've ended that bracket.
Wow.
By the way, I didn't talk about this, but because this is
everything with a semicolon?
This is a thing that really depends on what programming language you're using, but there's a lot of semicolons. Sometimes they're optional, sometimes they're completely mandatory, and I can't help you. It's just good luck out there. Try it with a semicolon. Take it off if it doesn't work.
Okay. Well, those were encouraging words.
All right, so let's do gravity.
Cool.
Let gravity. This is just going to be a number.
Let gravity equal.
In this case, we're going to do 0.2.
All right.
All right. This is a useful number. We could do 1. We'll start with 1 because it's simpler, but we're going to end up with 0.2, just let you know. So gravity is 1. So remember, if you learned in the domain knowledge, physics, gravity is a constant in the sense that on Earth, because of the mass of the Earth is a certain amount, gravity on Earth is like 9.8 meters a second squared. It's an acceleration. So one easy way to implement gravity is to say that like Mario's speed, this isn't real code.
Oh.
Mario's speed equals Mario's velocity, right? Plus gravity.
A special plus.
Right? Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah.
Right?
I guess I could not tell you how gravity works.
Think of, let's say Mario was falling down, like right? He'd be accelerating as he fell, right? And an algorithm for acceleration is you look at how fast you're going right now, and then you add more to that, and now you're going faster. So his velocity is how fast he's already falling. And then you add gravity, and now he's falling even faster.
Okay.
So this is how to make Mario fall at an accelerating rate.
Oh.
This is what we're going to try to build in this program.
Ooh.
Is this gravity.
It's exciting.
All right. And we will. Because worst case scenario, I can just copy and paste it because I've gotten it to work before.
Has anybody taken the name Mario? Can we make our own game?
It's a great idea. It's a great IP.
Thank you.
All right. So let's we're going to do a little loop. Okay?
Okay.
Because what we want to do is we want to
There it's going to go. Is he going to be jumping forever?
We
So you
wanna-
give him a break.
Well,
If sky is blue, jump forever.
another way to think about it is over and over.
Sorry, I shouldn't say forever. Over and over.
Over and over.
Until.
We're applying gravity to Mario. Right? So every in video games are often called ticks, right? Video games will run at like 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second, right? So
Wow.
so you know, gravity is meters per second squared, right? So then you just divide the second into frames, and then you apply just a little bit of gravity every frame, right? Instead of applying gravity once a second, you apply a little bit of gravity.
Okay.
That's why we're going to end up with something like 0.2. So we want to update Mario's position. So let's just do it real explicitly, real quick. So we need to get a reference to the HTML. So Mario's element, this is in the Mario object.
Oh.
Mario's element is in the document object. This is something that the web browser provided us. Document dot get element ID. Now this is what's called a method, which is a function inside of an object. Document is an object. Dot get element by ID is a function inside the object. And we're saying the ID
is Mario.
is Mario,
Aha.
which is right here. Remember when we did H1ID?
That's not going to mess with his name.
Nope.
Okay.
No, this is we could change the content if we want, but we don't. We just want a reference to this this H1
To the
right?
ID, yeah.
So his this is the element, and now in the update function, we want to let's see how do I do this? We're going to modify his style,
Okay.
which is this CSS, right? Because he's positioned with CSS. So Mario.element.style.bottom. So what the Y value is, how far he is from the bottom, is going to equal. Let's just make it equal 100 real quick, just to see what happens when we do that. And then we defined the update function. Now we need to call it. So update. In fact, I'm going to write some. Don't even look at this. It doesn't even matter.
I'm not
Window.add
looking.
event listener.
I closed my eyes.
Advanced. We're passing a function
Whoa.
as a closure. We're passing a function as an argument to a method.
So much. I know I shouldn't be looking, but
Yeah, it's fine.
you added a whole lot.
All we're saying is when after this window is done loading, call the update function.
Oh.
Now look,
Hey, you
So-
jumped.
we didn't change our CSS, right?
Nope.
That still says 0, but after it loads, we run a function called update, mario.element.style.bottom. So now that's 100, right?
Wow.
So now let's make that change.
Okay. Are we making it move?
It's
Again?
going to move very
It's going to
soon.
move up and down?
So the way you do frames in JavaScript when you're working with the browser is typically something called window dot request animation frame. So this is just
Excuse me.
exactly.
Have an animation frame. Oh, Mr. Animation Frame.
Yeah.
Or Ms. Animation Frame.
Now
Whoever's in charge.
what this is saying is browser when you're ready. So typically after a certain number of milliseconds, right?
Yeah.
Call a function for me. So the next time you're ready, or typically at 60 frames per second, call a function. And guess what function we're calling?
Mario.
No, we're calling update. Now, this is great. This is so exciting.
I just want to say in my defense, I recently
Mario's an object.
I recently made the switch from coffee to tea, and it doesn't have near as much caffeine. And
You know, given the circumstances.
My cat wakes me up at like 4:30, and I'm like, well, why go back to sleep when I can just stay awake and not go back to sleep and drink
tea.
8 cups of tea. Anyway,
You're doing fine.
Thank you.
I don't think a lot of people would have expected us to call update, because guess what?
When I close my eyes for a while,
We're inside of
going.
We're inside of the update function.
Oh, okay.
This is another way to do a loop. So this function called update, the algorithm that's encapsulated by this function includes this time. Now, if you're talking about those nesting dolls, right? Inside of this function is a call to run this function again.
Okay.
This is called recursion.
Recursion.
It's just another way to do a loop, basically.
Recurring.
So it's going to do everything in the function, then it's going to ask the browser, hey, call me again after a little bit.
Hey, you. Oh, man, this is all happening at such a fast rate inside of this computer.
Yeah, it's
something that takes so much time to do just the least.
I mean, computers do things billions of times a second.
That's crazy. We can't give them brain power, you guys. We can't do it.
Too dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
All right. So now we're going to say Mario, his position is going to be whatever the Mario.y value is, right? Mario.y is this value right here. So we're looking it up in the object. So we're saying Mario's position should be whatever the object y is. So that should put him back down to 0.
Oh,
yep. And if we change this, if I knew how to type, still don't know how to type. There we go. There we go. If we change that to 50,
well, there he goes up.
And then we could do the same thing. His style dot left, right?
Oh, for
could be his x.
X, yeah.
And so let's change the x to 200.
Wow, what a change!
I know. Bam!
Whoa.
Look, we moved Mario. Okay.
Ba-bum.
So now we want to move him every frame, like an animation. All right. So to do that, Mario dot y equals Mario dot y plus 1.
Oh.
So we're saying, hey, let's assign the value to Mario.y.
All right.
Whatever the current value is,
all right,
plus 1. So the first time it goes through this frame, it'll say Mario.y should equal 0, right? Because that's what Mario.y starts out as. Mario.y should equal 0 plus 1.
Oh.
The second time it goes through, it will say, well, what's Mario.y equal? 1. So 1 plus 1. 2.
Oh, so it'll keep,
It'll just
increasing.
keep incrementing each frame. And then it will set the CSS to be that, and then it will loop again.
Lift off.
Mario is slowly moving.
There it goes.
How cool is that?
That's so cool.
All right, so we're.
this is like, wow, it's like a marquee that never comes back.
It never comes back. Well, let's do a little bit of gravity.
Yeah, well, we gotta, and so when you do an angle, you're gonna do Mario.x equals Mario.x plus 1.
I mean, we could do that if we want.
So then it can go up diagonally.
We could do that. That's good. That's basically exactly how you. Oops.
Nope. Oh, because it's okay.
Exactly how programming works is it's like I wonder if it will do the thing I think it will do, and then it does the thing you thought it would do.
I thought the yellow bar was moving. Just turns out I'm maybe going insane.
Okay. So we now can move Mario, but let's do it with some gravity.
Can we take a moment and say, I know that it's very simple, but I feel very good about myself for knowing how to make him move up diagonally.
You no-scoped
I suggested it.
So let's say
I made one suggestion.
let's put Mario at start him off at 200.
Whoa. Right? Already way up there.
He's going to start up in the sky, and I want him to fall through the power of gravity. All right? So let's get rid of these, because that's not what actually is going to happen.
Oh, our masterpiece.
So he starts up here, right?
Oh, so you're going to have him like jumping in from screen?
He's gonna fall based on
boop, boop, boop.
the way we program gravity.
He does love to fall.
All right? So Mario needs to have a velocity. So he'll have a velocity of x in the x direction and a velocity in the y direction.
Okay.
So this is just how fast he's going in a certain direction. So
why does it keep adding a J after things?
Because I have this key binding that I can use these keys to move. I can use J and K to go up and down. And then when I'm typing to get out of the typing mode, I hit JJ. It goes out.
That's cool.
Okay, so Mario's velocity y equals his velocity y minus whatever gravity is.
Whoa.
Right? So, because remember, a minus velocity would make something go down. And so each frame we're adding more and more to, he's accelerating as he goes down. So that's his velocity, but so his position, Mario.y, is Mario.y, so wherever he currently is, plus his speed, his velocity y.
Oh, okay.
So this should be gravity.
Whoa.
And then you see, we can try to keep up with Mario,
I
but
don't think we can. I think he's too fast.
It's too fast.
Can you slow him down using code?
Yeah, so let's see. We can make, not on the fly, but we can make the gravity a little less.
Okay.
Right? So now if we...
Oh, there you go.
So he's still accelerating.
But he can't get away as fast
so
as
now what we need is some sort of floor.
Come back up. Oh, a floor
so
that he can bounce off of.
This is a great time to do a conditional.
Conditional.
Right?
So exciting.
So
conditional.
After we set this position, right? Mario.y. If Mario.y. I need to stop this from my computer's freaking out because of Mario's keeps
he
falling.
just keeps falling.
Stop it.
Can you?
How do I stop?
I think you have to X out.
I don't want to do that.
I think you have to do it.
I'll just type fast.
It's gonna keep going forever.
If Mario's y value is less than or equal to 0, we just want it to equal to 0.
I'm so distracted watching that scroll bar again.
Okay. So now Mario can't go less than 0.
Oh, whew. Whew.
Look at that. Look at that.
Give him some limits. Hey, Mario. Here you are.
And also because we don't want him to go. Well, we haven't really. So that doesn't matter. Okay. So now we want to implement a jump, right? So we have falling. So to jump, we need inputs, which turns out the way. Okay, by the way, I'll put the link to the guy I stole all this code from.
You stole all this code.
I made a lot of modifications.
We need to put that at the very beginning.
In fact, let's see, where do I have this guy?
Edit in.
Yeah, from somethinghitme.com.
Somethinghitme.com.
But I'll put the link in. This is a tutorial from 2013.
This episode uses coding from somethinghitme.com.
Inspired by.
Put that at the very beginning.
Okay. This episode uses code from somethinghitme.com. Thank you.
Thanks. Find out what their name is.
I should do that.
It's very nice. Otherwise, you'll get through, and somebody who is like the biggest fan is gonna be like, "How dare you not credit? How dare you just steal this coding? I'm friends with the person from somethinghitme.com."
I'm so used to stealing code that
Well, yeah,
I'm not used
like-
to sharing it with other people.
Yeah, if
And
you're
so-
doing it in private, it's one thing where
Yeah.
you know where everything comes from versus putting it out
So
on the internet.
I appreciate you calling me out on that because I
Well,
should be
it's-
crediting this.
It's nice to put it at the beginning, just so.
I did not invent this setup.
Yeah, well, you're fine.
So this person does an array of keys. What are the keys? Well, what we're gonna do
Ooh,
is
we're
we're
gonna
gonna-
make a list.
we're gonna add an event listener.
Event listener.
Let's see, where should we put this? Well, we'll put this outside of the update function, right?
Event listener uses their ears because, much like an event horizon, where it's going, it doesn't need eyes to see.
Exactly. Exactly like that. These ears are listening for key presses. So I made that array of keys, right? So at the position of key codes are numbers. So each key has a special number.
Okay.
It's gonna
Where are
be
those numbers?
it's gonna be true or false
Oh.
at that position. So I'll write this out how I'm gonna do it. And then so that's on key down, the key down event. I'll set that part of the array to true. And then add event listener key up. So that's when you release a key. That's a separate event.
so
We're gonna make it false.
Okay.
What was
It's
it?
giving you. I'm just reading all the suggestions that it's giving
Just
you.
a lot of
There
suggestions.
really are. Does this program just know all of the suggestions?
for something like this.
Somebody had to code that.
Somebody definitely coded.
Oh, that's so cool.
It.
Coding is awesome.
So
When can we code light bikes?
so
Don't dismiss my dreams.
So,
Paul.
so the way what this array is going to look like basically is false, false, false,
Oh.
right? And then at the 38th position,
Whoa.
it says false. But if I press my up arrow, the 38th position of this array will say true until I release my up arrow, and then it will say false again.
Oh.
So the key code for the up arrow on my keyboard is 38. And so what I'm going to use a conditional to look to see if that Boolean in the keys array is true or not. So this is going to be inside of the update function. So if keys array, we're looking up the 38th member, and if that is true, then we're going to have Mario jump. So the thing is, if Mario is already jumping, he can't jump again. So, but let's just move him up first, right?
You get one jump, Mario, so make it your best jump.
So let's say Mario's.
Mario's jumping competition.
So let's give him an
His final game.
upward velocity of 6 first, though.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll give him some upward velocity when he jumps. We'll say his velocity is whatever his velocity is minus gravity, and then we'll render his position and everything.
Whew.
So now, if I push up,
Oh, he responds to you.
Mario jumps.
Well, that makes sense that he responds to you because it's a video game. He's only supposed to jump when you jump. It's not
Exactly.
like it's an animation.
The only problem with this
okay.
is I can keep, even while he's in the air, I can have him jump again.
Problem.
So we need to keep track of whether we're already jumping or not.
Oh man, there's so many things to consider.
Yeah. This is domain knowledge. So we're going to put jumping.
It is domain knowledge.
This is domain knowledge of game design,
Oh,
right?
okay.
In games, would be sort of cheating if Mario could keep jumping while he's already in the air. So we'll
That's how
say,
robot unicorn attack works.
I mean, yeah, it depends. So it really depends on the game.
Yeah.
So jumping will equal false inside of the Mario object. Jumping equals false. And then we will check if Mario's already, so this is a nested if condition. So if the key is pressed, the up arrow is pressed, and if Mario is not jumping, that's what the exclamation means. So the opposite of jumping. So jumping equals false, right? So not jumping is true.
Okay.
Does that make any sense? I can try to explain it again.
Conceptually.
Because what we're going to do is we're going to say, I mean, basically what this is saying is if Mario isn't jumping, then we say he is jumping now.
Okay.
We change that and we set the velocity so that if I press this again while jumping equals true, it will say is not jumping. And it's like, no, is jumping. So it won't do this part.
So he
won't jump over and over. So now if I do this, I did something wrong.
Yeah, you did.
What did I do wrong?
I don't know. Looks like
not jumping.
It looks like that was Mario's last jump.
Mario can't jump anymore.
What'd you do wrong?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm going to try to figure that out real quick. Okay, so I think what I forgot to do is if Mario hits the ground, he's not jumping anymore.
Oh.
Therefore, he's allowed to jump again.
Okay, so you need to.
So I needed to set that. This is if less than equal to 0. So this triggers when Mario hits the ground. So now.
Okay, there we go.
See, I can only jump if I can't jump twice, basically.
Yeah.
So that works.
But you could change it to if you wanted to do a double jump, perhaps.
Yeah, well, like maybe make a variable called like jump count 1, jump count 2, or something like that.
But
all right.
We're not worried.
So we've basically, I mean, I love this. We've got gravity. He hits the ground. So I'm just going to like finish this up a little bit and make it so we can move left and right.
Okay.
That would be nice.
Yeah, so we can go pew, pew.
Then we basically have a Mario.
Are you going to make this a game and put it on a domain and people can play your game?
Probably not. I mean, I could publish this if people want to play it. But you know, the thing.
It's literally just jumping.
You know what you should do is you should just write it yourself.
Oh.
And then you could call Mario whatever you want to call him. You call him Sonic.
Call him, oh no.
Mega Man.
Luigi. Wario. And then he doesn't jump. He falls down below the line.
Oh, by the way, one more thing I guess to add to this object is a speed, which is like sort of like a max speed. And the way, so like his velocity could be based on speed times 2 or something like that. And then when we're moving left to right, so this is the right arrow, number 39. If his velocity x, right, in the rightward direction is less than his top speed, then we can add more to the speed. If he has reached his top speed, we don't want to add any more so that he doesn't accelerate forever when we're pressing the right arrow. And then if, so let's do the same thing for the left arrow, 37. if Mario velocity x is greater than the negative, because if he's moving to the left, he has a negative velocity. Mario dot velocity x equals Mario dot velocity x minus 1. We want him to accelerate in the leftward way. And then let's see, I think this should be, let's see if this all works. Nope.
Didn't move.
What did I forget to do? Let's see. We're not moving him based on his velocity yet.
Oh.
So Mario's x position equals his x position plus his velocity in the x direction.
Hey.
Okay, now if you'll notice, though, I just press the key and then I let go. He keeps moving.
Oh.
This is actually an interesting thing where you might have heard.
He jumps, will he move? And can he jump while he's moving to the...
And he stops moving. That's interesting. I don't really know why that's happening.
I'm
but if you'll notice, when I press left or right, he keeps moving in that direction. Because in physics, an object in motion tends to remain in motion unless acted on by an outside force. So what we need is an outside force like friction. So we'll make a little variable called friction. That's the only reason things slow down. So let's up the gravity a little bit.
Whoa. Ooh, a whole 0.6 more.
So friction is 0.2. Now, his speed in the x direction is going to be, so just like we modeled gravity like this, his...
Gotta change him to x's?
Yeah, and we're going to do his velocity x multiplied
Wow.
by friction.
Okay.
So now, if I move to the right, ooh, that's going real slow.
So slow.
Why is he so slow?
Just had a lot of lasagna, and it's carbo loading doesn't happen.
It also
doesn't work immediately.
He's not jumping. Let's see, what else have I forgotten to do? I'm just looking at my cheat sheet. All right, let's just go through this thing by thing. We have a Mario object, right? He's got some position. He's got a name and age for no reason. He's got velocity.
You have a name and age for no reason.
He's got speed. He's jumping. False. We've got some friction and gravity. We've got these event listeners, whether or not we're pressing some keys. And then we have this update function that we run over and over. If we press the up arrow.
He didn't jump.
If he's not jumping. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm just still reading the code.
Oh, sorry.
Press the up arrow. We check to see if he's already jumping. And then we set jumping to true. And then we make his velocity. Oh, I see. Look, when I rewrote this, I just said speed. But it's Mario.speed.
Oh, you found it.
Yeah. All right. So we fixed the program.
Did we?
I think so.
Check it.
I just feel like he's still like really slow.
He's very slow.
Oh, it's like tiny little jumps.
I love his tiny little jumps. That's kind of fun. Look at him go. Beep, beep.
We need like more velocity.
We need more velocity.
So like if these were 2 and 2.
Is 2 gonna be enough?
Didn't we have bigger jumps at the start?
We did have pretty big jumps, I think. But
So
I love his
why
tiny
did they get
jumps.
smaller?
Why do we have to have him?
I don't know.
You changed your gravity. What does that do? What does that do to his tiny jump? So
Gravity.
you changed it to 0.8 instead of it being a 0.2.
So if I made...
Oh, didn't it change the speed of how he fell, though? Oh, there we go.
But yeah. You're right.
Did I help you?
You fixed it.
Yay.
Thank you, Megan. All right. Well, so now we have Mario.
Oh, I love
We
him.
can move him, and you can jump, and you can change all these numbers so that it plays differently. But these are the basics.
Cool.
And we did all of that. I believe we only used things, right? We arrays, objects, conditionals, variables, functions. These are funky, right? But it's just an object with a function on it, and call on more functions. And that's code.
Figuring that out for the first time, the first person to ever do that had to be so excited.
When they made Mario jump?
Yeah. I can't even imagine.
That's why I wanted to share that with people, because the first time I realized that gravity is this algorithm. It's velocity. Velocity equals velocity minus gravity. And then you just move. And then you set his position right there. That makes something fall in code, and that just felt really good. So I just want to share that with people. That's it. I know this is a really long episode.
Yeah, that is a really long episode.
But thank you for watching, and I hope you learned. There's so much more to know. You got to choose a programming language. You got to learn about it. You got to set up your environment. I don't know. Please ask me if you have any questions, because I want to help people learn about this stuff. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Seem unsure about that.
This is enthusiastic as I can muster.
It was really long.
How long is this episode?
It's like 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry.
You can always cut it down to a part 1 and part 2.
I could.